I saw a picture of him
Mm-hmm.
with Chris, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, and I had to text Chris, and I'm like, who the hell's that? He's like, you know exactly who this is.
That's
And
Amtrak.
yeah, and I'm like, I thought he was like 75. And I pictured this with his voice in my mind. I
Mm-hmm.
had this skinny redneck with a long beard and the trucker's cap on and the
No, that's
skull and the
someone
cheeks.
else.
And I'm like, that's Kinsey. I
That's
always picture them
Kinsey.
being different. That's very disappointing.
That's Kinsey. You're confusing Kinsey with Feral Sig Trucker.
Hmm.
He's got like the long beard. Well, one day you'll meet him.
I just
You
pictured Kinsey
should.
differently. And then I saw Kinsey's picture. I'm like, he's a good looking guy. Son of a bitch. Okay. There's another one. It's like Knights.
Everybody in our audience is extremely, extremely good looking.
Except for that one guy.
He has his qualities.
Hmm.
His beauty is on the inside. Just don't dig too deep on the inside, you know.
That never got me anywhere either.
Yeah, well, clearly.
My
So
mom
you
used to
ready
tell me
to
that.
kick this show off?
Sure.
Let's wrap it up quickly because we got to go work in the morning. Right?
Yes, I'm making sure it looks pretty for the audience.
Yes, make sure that your shirt does not have any wrinkles. Thank you. Here we go, and away in 3, 2, 1. Hey, Fish, have you seen our shipment of American Pride Roasters sampler pack? Because my phone here says that the U.S. Postal Service delivered it today, but I can't seem to find it anywhere. I know it's a relatively small room, but I can't seem to find it. Do you know where it is?
Yes, no, maybe. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. You were supposed to drink it all in one sitting.
Yes.
Guess what?
Sorry, I answered the next question.
You know, you don't look too good. Your eyes look like they're about to like pop out of your skull or something. Are you feeling okay?
I can smell the color 13. And if I'm not mistaken, I can taste turkey in the air, which can only mean one thing. I can talk to turkeys. I'll be right back.
Oh, geez. Here we go. He's going to go follow some turkeys. I don't think this is going to end up very well for Fish.
Coming to you on a dusty road.
He's not going to look dusty.
Good loving.
Maybe feathered.
I got a truckload.
Truckload.
When you get it,
You going to get it?
got something.
You know you want it.
So don't worry.
I mean, look at what you're wearing.
I'm coming.
And you're so handsome.
Man.
You're going to get all of the loving from
I'm
us.
so man.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Room 13. We are broadcasting live from the Desert Air Motel, Casino Convention Center, RV Park, Little Chapel, Souvenir Shop, Mini Mart, Spa, Firing Range, and more. We're growing. We're growing. Brad keeps building extensions outside. It's noisy and dusty all the time. Pardon our dust while we remodel for you. If you want to listen to more of our episodes, you can find us on Spreaker, iHeart Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Audible, among many other podcast pimps, because that's exactly what they are. And we are on Facebook, Room 13 Radio Show. We are on YouTube, Room 13 Show. We're on TikTok, Room 13 Show. Mojo50.com, as you know, and Odyssey. And you can also find us, as we usually are, on the Twitterverse at Room 13 Show. If you wish to contact me, I am at Rocky with an I, and Mr. Riverfish, who should be back at some point from chasing turkeys. Oh, there you are. Welcome back.
Well,
What happened to you? You look like you look like a feather duster.
Well, you know how we were supposed to be trying to catch Melissa the turkey and Chris the turkey. I thought my new APR superpower, I could talk to turkeys and reason with them.
And
And nothing. They started to laugh. Well, that's at least what the gobbling sounded like. And that's when the mariachi band, who has apparently aligned themselves with the turkeys, started throwing water balloons at me, and I was forced to retreat back to the hotel.
of course, because apparently you didn't learn from the last time that you dealt with the mariachi band that they're not to be trusted.
You dealt with them very nicely the last time we dealt with
Yes,
them.
but you keep going back to them thinking that they're going to help you when
They
that
keep
was
saying
not the outcome the first time around.
they want to be friends. They want to be friends. Mis amigos. And some other Spanish words
Mis
I can't
amigos
pronounce.
quieren tu dinero.
Yes, what you said.
No. Yes, well, what I'm going to say is that as so friendly reminder. Mark your calendars, everybody. For Derailed Shenanigans Con, it is happening. Join members of Off Track, Room 13, and a few other of the Mojo 50 hosts in Nashville this August. We are going to have a meetup on August 20th for dinner. After that, we are going to go over to Mission Barbecue and then to Redneck Riviera Bar for some derailed shenanigans, and alcohol is going to be involved. So, you know for sure that they're going to be derailed and there are going to be shenanigans indeed. A Facebook page has been created for the event, so make sure that you go check it out. What's the name of the page?
Derailed Shenanigans Con.
Oh, huh.
I kept it pretty simple. I mean, simple and
Fancy.
direct.
Fancy that. Yeah, you created an event, based after that Facebook page. Very good. Very nice. Very smart.
See?
So
heard
if
that
you are
from me before.
if you're interested, go ahead and visit the Facebook page, confirm that you are attending because arrangements are being made as far as places to stay. And Mission Barbecue doesn't necessarily take reservations, but I'm pretty sure that they would be
Appreciative.
grateful that we kind of tell them beforehand that, hey, about 50 of us are going to be showing up around this time because we do expect a high count. I hope everybody shows up.
It's been very, very popular over there on the Facebook page. There's at least 25 definites and like another 25 to 30 people are like, okay, let's check the calendars. Let's check the calendars.
I know. It's a tricky time of year. I'm interested in the event because I am, after all, one half of Room 13. But unfortunately, that's the same time that school starts in the free state of Florida. And probably on that same week, I will be dealing with preparations for going back to school because my daughter will be going back to school this year as a 4th grader.
Ooh.
I can't believe it. I'm beside myself. It is Mother's Day tomorrow. So of course you have that realization that your child is growing and she's growing at an exponential rate, and that we're looking at her being a 4th grader. And I'm like, what the heck? I remember when you were like this small, like you're so small that I could fit you like in this nook here, my elbow, and I had to support your head and stuff like that. I'm sure that all of the moms out there know exactly what it is that I'm talking about because I feel it every day.
You want worse? I have my newly minted 17-year-old daughter. She just turned 17. If this is Saturday, she turns 17 on Thursday. She is 5'8" and change. She almost looks eye to eye with daddy.
Oh,
it's a very scary. I mean, I'm 5'10" and a half. I'm a nice sized guy, but she's 5'8" and change. And she's like right there. And I'm like, I no longer can like lord over her to intimidate her if I need to.
You can't put your head on the top of her head. You can't put your chin on the top of her head anymore.
If you want funny though, my wife is all of 5'2", and she does it to my wife. She does the whole little thing of, oh, look at my little pocket mommy. Oh, look how cute. And she puts her head on her head and pats her on the head. And it's okay, mommy. And I'm like, oh, this is funny. At least it's not me, but it's funny.
I wonder who she got that from.
I don't know. I don't know where that came from. It's this odd little character quirk that she seems to have.
Character quirk. She picked it up from somewhere. I don't know where that might have been, but
Don't know. I think it's a nature trait. It's not nurture.
sure, you say that. You say that.
Speaking of nature, there's a very nice poster over your shoulder there. Who is that?
That's there. Be one Stephen Airy and Dylan Lyles. Remember how we were talking about last week about if you could recast an iconic film of the 80s and 90s, I chose Dirty Dancing and Stephen and Dylan. So as an homage to said conversation, I've decided to put that right there.
Defenders Live hosts heard here on Mojo 50. I believe
Mondays
they're
through
on it-
Fridays,
Yes.
Mondays through Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard, 9 to 11. Their
See,
show is the 2-hour show.
I subscribe to their show,
Mhm.
and I get it. That's my morning drive-in show at 5, 6 in the
Mhm.
morning. They're my morning drive-in.
Yeah. That's the magic of podcasting, is that when you have these shows that you don't necessarily get to listen to for whatever reason, like Mike Phillip. I know that you have Mike Phillip in a very interesting getup. Was that like from like the summer of Woodstock or something like that, or
Something like that. Tell you what,
Lollapalooza?
I will definitely post both of these pictures so everyone can appreciate
Mhm.
the detail in which
Mhm.
I procured. I won't
Mm-hmm.
say photoshopped because I can't deny that charge or accept it. But you all can enjoy the pictures. I'll post up on Twitter, and possibly Rocky can put up on our Facebook page. And make sure you tag Stephen, Dylan, and Mike Phillip repeatedly. Even if 10 other people do it before you, just keep doing it. It's
Let's
okay.
keep doing it so that it's in their radar. Hopefully they change their profile pictures to these.
I mean, Stephen and Dylan, we did because, we did this to Mike because of a comment he made about our show on Twitter, and it would
Mhm.
only seem fair that we retaliate.
Of course.
Because another podcast said, "What's the favorite part of your show?" And I retweeted it, and he was the first one to reply, "The end." So I get a joke. I find it funny. Okay, cool. But we can't just let that slide.
That's how we do payback around here.
Yes, it's tradition here at
You
Room
just
13.
become a meme. You just become a meme to us. That's all. That's all. So I want you to explain to me
Oh dear crap.
the text message that you sent me 2 days ago.
Which injury? Because there are 2 injuries in which I texted you. Are you talking about the one on Thursday?
The injury, yes, the one from Thursday. I want you to explain to me, how did you manage to ask me that question?
Do you want to tell them what the question was before I go into the story, or does that give away the story? Because you don't know the story.
I don't know the story. I told Fish the moment I see his text and he asks me the question, I'm like, save it for the show. Save it for the show. Give me 1 sec while I find it. That was last night. That was today.
The audio magic, ladies and gentlemen, you're hearing is Rocky trying to find the sound effect on her soundboard. She is looking for the intro music to Fish Tales.
Oh, here we go. From One River Fish,
Oh, that.
Thursday at 5:57 p.m. Quick question. Do geese carry rabies?
So if you're friends with me on Facebook, hey, look, people, if I don't friend you on Facebook, don't take offense to it. I only have so many room for so many people. I get a lot of Facebook requests. It's where
You
my
have fans
family
all
is.
over the world.
I don't know if I have fans. I have stalkers.
Mhm. That too. Those are
So-
fans. They're just like very ardent fans.
So if I don't confirm your friendship or wherever, don't take it personally. My kids are there and I'm a little protective. So give it time. I will friend you sooner or later. Give it time. Having said that, why'd I go down that road? Crap. I don't remember why I went down that road. Why did I go down that road, Rocky?
If you follow me on Facebook.
Oh, so a couple days ago, I posted the fact that I got very much back onto my routine of how I eat and how I work out. So I'm
Mhm.
back to running outside again. I'm back to
Mhm.
pushing it. I'm doing 3 to 5 miles. I live on the outskirts of nowhere and civilization. I live right in that nice little niche where if you go this way just a little bit, there's civilization. If you go this way a little bit, you're out in the middle of nowhere. And I live out in the middle of nowhere in that little zone. So I went for a run Thursday morning before I left for work. It was like 5 in the morning, about 5:36 in the morning. And as I'm making the turn down these nice little scenic streets, there's these nice wooded areas, there's these nice ponds and waterways with all these tall grass and willows and everything else. It's very serene. You can hear the fish jumping. You can oh, or running in this case. There's
Yes.
birds, there's all sorts of wildlife, flora and fauna. And I turned the corner of one of the waterway areas. And that's when the attack happened. There was no warning. There was no growling. There was no barking. There was no to give me a heads up like this was coming. I didn't do anything wrong. At least I didn't think I did. But I turned the corner around the weeds and I'm on the sidewalk when bursting ferociously out of the grass, out of nowhere, foaming at the mouth, teeth bared, is this huge Canadian goose.
Okay, I want to stop you right there because Canada geese don't have teeth.
This
But
one
okay,
did. This
continue.
one did. And I knew
okay.
it was Canadian because it went honk, a honk, a honk, a. So, and I saw it in that split second that it burst through the grass and it was right on my heels. And I felt it nipping at the back of my calves as I'm trying to run away. And I
Mhm.
turned the corner, I went down the main street and the goose is hot on my tail. Thank God it forgot it could fly. It decided to run after me. It ran after me for about 100 yards.
Ooh.
And the funny thing was that after I finally outran the goose, apparently I finally got tired. Why did I tell that part of the story? Oh, yes. So I'm sorry, I got excited.
He
So
gets like that around geese.
I finally outran the geese, and then my phone started going off because what I didn't realize is my kid's bus was going the other way and saw Daddy running for his life down the road being chased by geese. And my phone started blowing up. Dad, and it was all these memes of Forrest Gump. Run, Forrest, run. And I'm like, son of a bitch. That's not nice.
Your
Run, Dad,
kids,
the
they
goose is
are your
chasing me. Run,
kids.
run, run. And I'm like, and the only thing that killed me was this whole thing is I know there's little nests in the area because I've seen the goslings. So maybe I got too close
Yes.
when they were
that's
walking the
what I'm
goslings,
thinking.
or I got too close to something. And that's what
Mhm,
spurred the goose to come chase me down the sidewalk and down the road.
mhm.
Thank God I forgot it can fly and it would have actually caught me. But there was no warning. No, you didn't see a duck.
No
followed by another duck,
hissing.
followed by a duck, and then a goose. There was nothing like that. It was just goose. And I'm like, that was just so cruel. Just not nice.
I'm thinking you probably were too close to a nest or recently hatched goslings. This is the season in which they start, hatching and coming out. So it's very likely that that's what happened. When I used to live in New York, that used to be it was both my favorite and least favorite part of spring was seeing all the goslings, but you knew to keep your distance because these things are aggressive and nasty.
The thing's hissing at me and everything.
Mhm.
It was just a
And
meanness.
it will come after you. Like it will attack, like fangs out and like claws
Fangs. See,
ready
you admit
to
it. It has
attack.
teeth. You said
Well, only
fangs.
when provoked.
I lost hair on the back of my leg. It got me like 3 or 4 times on the back of my calf. It
No, you're
pinched.
more aerodynamic because you don't have that hair.
I have never run that fast in my life.
Well, now since you're on, it's marathon season, then pretend that there's a goose chasing you, and hopefully you make it to the top 10.
My girls got home from school and they're
Top 10
calling me up.
finish.
Hey, Dad, saw you run down the street. Yes, I know. We've covered this. Got goose, huh? Yes, thank you. Very nice. I see what you did there. My daughters.
They
My
really are your children. Now, I understand that there was another injury or close call to an injury.
I'm 44. I didn't think I was
Mhm.
this old, but apparently I shouldn't be watching horror movies. Horror.
Horror. Yes.
Horror, not horror. That's a different kind
Scary
of movie.
movies. To say
Yes.
scary movies.
I can watch those movies by myself. But
Mm-hmm.
horror movies, I was watching. Was it Saturday night? I think I texted you Saturday night or Sunday morning with this.
Sunday
Saturday
morning.
night- So last Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
I was watching a scary movie. I don't want to keep saying that word because I'm going to flub it up, and freaking Kinsey's going to use it in his show. Can't
Oh,
give
you know
him
he
more
will.
fodder.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm watching a scary movie with my girls. It's my 3 daughters and my wife, and we're watching a scary movie. It's Underwater with Kristen Stewart from Sparkly Vampire fame.
She pretty much has one acting face.
Yeah, it's that resting.
It's that
Face.
RBF look.
This was a good
But-
movie. It was actually good. I wouldn't watch it again, but I was
Mhm.
entertained. It was a very good movie. It was a scary movie though. It was a lot of jump scares.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting there in my recliner, and the first jump scare hits. And they call it a jump scare for a specific reason. You jump. I don't though, because the monster came at the screen. I have a 70-inch big ass flat screen TV. It's lit
Mhm.
up with the HD lights behind it. So it's very much theater like. All the lights are off. They sync when something, when an action happens on the TV, the lights behind the TV, they brighten up. They do this. It's very cool.
Very fancy. Mm-hmm.
So the scary monster we've never seen before in the whole movie finally jumps out at the screen in big Technicolor, HD, 4D, well defined. And I'm in my lazy boy. And I didn't jump up. I whipped myself back to avoid said monster because I forgot movie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I whipped my body back and whipped my head back, and I pulled a muscle in my neck, and I basically watched the movie without turning my neck. Matter of fact, I couldn't turn my neck for the next 3 days. I pulled a muscle in my neck watching a movie trying to avoid a monster that wasn't really there. That's how old I am.
In life, you reach a point in which there are certain things that you can't do anymore for fear of injury. That's one of them.
Scary movies?
am
That's on the list?
Well, not scary movies, but just certain things that you used to love to do. Like for example, some roller coasters or some like thrill rides and things like that. There are some things that you can, that you used to do time after time after time when you were young. And then now you're old and you get out of the teacups at the House of the Mouse and you're like, oh, I really shouldn't have done that. It's like when before you used to just spin like a whirling dervish and you'd be completely okay.
Okay, let's see. I'm 44. So 2 years ago, I was 42.
Mm-hmm.
My parents are 18 years older than I am.
Mm-hmm.
So 18 plus 42 is what, 60?
42 and how much? 18? Yeah, 60.
60. So my mother's 60 years old this Christmas 2 years ago. We were playing charades. It was the whole family was there. We're playing charades. She goes to do the charade for big. So she reaches her hands over her head, which is when she pulled the muscle in her back.
Oh no.
And she couldn't put her arms down. All of a sudden she put her arms up. She's 60. That's in my mind, that's not old.
No, not at all.
I don't think that's old, but she pulled a muscle playing charades. She goes up with both arms, and all of a sudden you hear is oh, and I'm like, scary, roller coaster. You're going down a roller coaster. She's like, no, I hurt myself, and I'm just like,
put my arms
how did
down.
you? And we started laughing hysterically, and I'm like, oh my god, you pulled a muscle playing charades. I don't know what to say, Mom.
And don't
I
you
really know what to say.
don't you feel bad now that
Nope.
you laughed at your mom for
Nope.
putting her arms up and now you cricked your neck after watching a scary movie?
No, 'cause at
That's
least
payback.
yeah, it's probably karma.
Mm-hmm.
That probably is
Mhm.
karma. But yeah, okay. I still don't feel bad. I laughed. It was good. It was worth a laugh. We bring it up every year now. At least I'm more
Yeah,
athletic that I don't pull a muscle playing charades like somebody.
like somebody. Yeah, it's I can't remember when was the last time that I got onto like one of the thrill rides at the park. As I have mentioned in other iterations of shows that I have been on. I do enjoy going to the House of the Mouse. I do like the thrill rides and so on and so forth. And sometimes I would get out of them and I'd be like, ow, my my back hurts a little bit. It's like, let me sit down for a minute. And it's like,
How are you on a
I've never felt that before.
How
Thank you.
are yes, you're welcome. How are you on Space Mountain?
I love it. I love
hate
it. I
that
love
ride.
I love those. And I only got a chance to get on this particular experience. Probably like the last couple of times that I visited was Mission Mars, Mission Mars and
sounds about-
Mission Moon, something like that at Epcot. And I loved it. And it would always be timed so that the wait wasn't that long, and I didn't have to have a fast pass for it. So where I would just make the line because of the standby wait was like 15 minutes. And when it's 15 minutes, it tends to be 15, 20 minutes. But I have noticed that on a few of those that are like virtual reality, like I come out like feeling a little queasy, and I'm like, I've never felt this before. And I'm like, please don't tell me that my time is running out when it comes to these things. I was like, these are my favorite kinds of rides. And for me to not be able to get on them would break my heart. But I will not let your heart be broken because we're going to take a quick break here. Room 13 will be back in 2 minutes. Now I'm starting to reach the end of life, the point
End
in
of
my
life. Holy
life where,
crap.
not yet, but the point in my life where I'm in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna get up now and I'm gonna do this, then this and this. And the moment you get up and like that surge of blood comes, your body adjusts because you're going from sitting to standing, and all of a sudden you completely blank out and you forgot what it was that you stood up for.
Ooh.
I am literally at that stage now. So I apologize profusely to all of the people that I may have mocked in the past for that kind of stuff happening to them, because that's where I am now.
See, I'm at the point of life where if I stand up too quick, actually, if I've been sitting too long, my one hip will lock up, and I start walking, like John
It's like
Wayne.
waddling.
I kind of, I gotta get her warm up, and then I start going good. It's not good.
I'm like, why? It's like, I'm only 42. I shouldn't be going through this stuff. But yeah, no, between that and sometimes if you sleep on one side for too long, like your hip starts hurting on that side. And I'm like, no, no, not my hip.
When I used to have a snoring problem, see, I didn't know I had a snoring problem until my wife
So
alerted
your
me
wife
of
tells
it.
you.
But I used to wake up with a sore shoulder. I'm like, oh, I must have slept on it wrong. And she finally admitted, nope, that's where she punches me when I snore, because that makes me stop. I'm like, yeah, that would do it. Thanks.
That's why it's sore.
So you're going to read the nonprofit thing?
Yes, I am. Let me actually unlock my iPad.
I'm going to interrupt you when you get to the word Ohio.
Okay.
Just to give you a heads up.
Okay.
Going for a laugh.
Okay. Welcome back to room 13. We were talking over the break, Fish and I, about how it sucks to get old, and how even when you're in your very early 40s, you start feeling things that you never knew you were going to, up to and including the simple act of getting up. And by getting up, I mean getting up from a chair. But we're not going to talk about sad news now, because I'm going to take this opportunity to talk to you about our featured nonprofit organization for the month, and it is going to be this month's featured nonprofit is Trek Federation. So www.trekfederation.com. The Federation is a 501c3 charity. It was established in 1984. They have chapters around the world that work to help those in need in the areas where they're located. They support and coordinate from their headquarters facility in Huron, Ohio.
Stop.
Yes.
You need to read this like William Shatner. Go. Action.
Oh, from this point on?
Yes.
Okay. At times of disaster, they coordinate the assets of all chapters to dispatch volunteers, aid, and supplies to the area to help victims. Like, for instance, last year, they were active through the COVID situation, mostly by helping schools that weren't getting school breakfasts and lunches, as well as clothes for those in need. I don't know.
No, it's working for me. I'm almost there.
I don't know. Oh my God, I'm gonna kill you. This is what I have to put up with, Russ. I blame him entirely for this. This is not what I was intending for your organization. But here we go. Okay. They will actually have Lieutenant Uhura herself, Miss Nichelle Nichols, at their headquarters, June 4th through 6th. Very awesome indeed. So please go to trekfederation.com and donate to the cause.
That worked for me. I don't know about anybody else.
No.
Did you not see the conversation between you, Russ, and I?
We are going to be booted. I know, I saw the conversation. We're going to be booted from Odyssey after that.
If we haven't been booted thus far from Odyssey for the other shenanigans we've done, up to and including the Blue Chew bit, they're not getting rid of us. There's no way.
So I'm actually kind of excited. They're going to have Nichelle Nichols.
Is
That's
that
going to be
the
awesome.
Lieutenant
Yes.
Uhura?
Yes.
The hot lieutenant?
Well, she's in her 80s now, but yeah.
Actually, if you've seen her now, she still looks good.
She still does. I mean, I know that there's a couple of things that are going on in her personal life, but it still is awesome that she's with us. I saw some footage of George Takei the other day, and I was like, wow, it's like my husband's childhood is disappearing.
I mean, between him, William Shatner is flipping. He was on that one TV show, Better Late Than Never. He is absolutely, I mean, just jaw-dropping, funny, off the cuff. He's just phenomenal. It's a really good show if you get a chance to catch it. It's him, Terry Bradshaw, George Foreman, and Henry Winkler. And they go to Asia for one season, and then they go to Europe for the second season. It is so funny, and Terry Bradshaw is naked throughout most of the TV show.
Oh, jeez.
It's kind of disturbing, but entertaining in a really odd way.
Disturbing in an entertaining way, or entertaining in a disturbing way?
Yes
to both. Yes to both. Yes. So so our featured charity of the month, our nonprofit organization, is going to be Trek Federation. So go to their website. I actually visited the website the other day. Did you know that in their shop they have actual tribbles, not actual tribbles, but they have tribbles for sale, and they have different color tribbles, and they explain the different colors of the tribbles, and they're actually like not motion activated, but I guess when you hold them, they make the little chittering noise and stuff, and they vibrate and stuff like real tribbles.
That's a whole different level of Trekkie. I mean, that
is amazing. Cool. I'm like, and they're very fairly priced. I'm like this close to like buying one. I'm gonna have me a collection of tribbles.
I can almost grow one. I'm not far off.
Yes, well, you're just gonna have to find a device to make it move and talk and do a tribbles. Do a tribbles too.
I'm gonna let you finish your statement here. Keep going.
What
you
statement?
Can hang yourself.
No. All right, that's that.
Dad
it is
jokes.
Time for dad jokes. It is. Dad jokes, as you know, are brought to you, the listener, by AmericanPrideRoasters.com. That's AmericanPrideRoasters.com. Historically great coffee we received our coffee grams this week. Do we want to say whom we received a very special coffee gram from this week?
We could, but we're honoring that person by having them sponsor the news section.
This is true. I forgot. But yeah, AmericanPrideRoasters.com. They put the toilet paper roll on backwards because there is a correct way to put toilet paper. I guess I should be thankful that they actually replaced the toilet paper roll, even if they put it on the wrong side. They pee with the door wide open because they just don't care. And they sing off key in the shower. So pretty much be on the other side of the house when they're in the shower. But by golly, their coffee is amazing. I tried Maxon's Lady Liberty, which is the latest new varietal on AmericanPrideRoasters.com, AmericanPrideRoasters.com. Don't forget, they also have a coffee subscription service, which I think is pretty awesome.
I will be trying the Reagan, the Time for Choosing.
The Reagan
this
is
morning.
Amazing. It is
I'm looking
amazing.
forward to try that. Because our coffee gram, our coffee present, that's what was in the present.
That was what's in the present. Yep. Yes.
It was very cool. I was very. It takes a lot to get me speechless. This did it.
I was touched.
This did it. I was
touched in
you
all
got
my
touched too?
special. I was touched in all my special places.
I didn't get touched. I just got speechless. Wow. Okay.
Mine
Apparently
was special. There was a little something extra in mine.
You got something extra in your package. Okay.
Yes, I did. I'm not saying that my package was bigger than your package, but you know.
Speaking of packages, have you gotten okay, I've been married longer than you have. I've been with my spouse longer than you've been with your spouse. Have you gotten to the point in the relationship where you pee with the door open?
Yeah.
Really? How long you been with Batman?
2004.
Don't make me do math. You could have just answered the arithmetic.
Oh, geez, Louise. All right. It's going to be 20 years in 2024. So take 3 from that, and that is going to be 17 years.
Okay. I've been with my wife since 99. I don't do anything with the bathroom door open. I don't do anything while she's in the shower either. Because she does a whole little thing of, I'll be in the shower and she'll come into the bathroom and, hey, I got to pee. Okay, whatever. And I just go about my business. I will wait till she gets out of the shower to have to do anything I have to do. And she's like, you could have just came in. I'm like, no. It's been since, and we're going to keep that whole little thing a mystery. That's okay.
No, my husband has a bad habit of, even if I close the door out of politeness to everybody else in the household, he'll still open the door.
Even
in my most undelicate situations.
When my son was potty training, so he'd be 21 this year. So all these years ago, I with the door open. But that's only so he could see, oh, that's what I'm supposed to do. Okay, cool. And that was the only time.
Yeah, so when you're potty training, that's different. But yeah,
I've been potty trained.
Pretty much.
My house broken.
Pretty.
What are you insinuating?
I meant him, not you.
Oh, he's been potty trained. It worked.
He learned. Yes. Yeah. I'm sure it's easier for boys than it is for girls. For girls, it's a bit of a procedure. So we're going to get to the dad jokes before our time runs out. So I'm going to start with the very first one because this one was very special and very cute. And this was from miniature executive producer extraordinaire Ronan. Ronan is the son of Chris Branham. And this is his dad joke.
Why is the grass so dangerous? Because it has blades. Hee hee hee.
He has that little giggle at the end, just like Chris. He's
got a better head of hair, though. Have you seen Ronan's hair?
Yes.
Ronan's got the hair.
The hair. Yep. Here is one from Amtrak, whom we were talking about before the show started. All good things, Amtrak. I promise. All good things. Here we go.
Hello, this is Amtrak, and once in a blue moon, you will hear this show being featured on my podcast Sunday mornings, the Tin Can Radio program. And here you go with another joke. Why do ants almost never get sick? Because they have little antibodies.
Science joke. Science jokes.
Yes, science. All right, this one is from Knights of St. Me.
This is the Knights Who Say Me with a joke. A bear walks into a bar and says, "Give me a whiskey and cola." "Why the big paws?" says the bartender. The bear shrugged. "I'm not sure. I was born with them."
Okay, I like that one. That was cute.
That's-
That was
that
cute.
one's good. That one's good. I'd never heard that one before. And here is one from our friend Peter Seraphine. You'll be hearing him later on today on his show Liberty Lighthouse at 8 p.m.
Hello, Room 13. It's Peter from the Liberty Lighthouse, and I have a question. Does it disturb anyone else that the Los Angeles Angels baseball team translates directly to the Angels? Is that just me?
It's probably just you, but
Oh.
I do know what you mean, seeing as how Spanish is my maternal language. It's I
Peter's
grew up
wearing the
speaking
smarty
Spanish.
pants.
He's wearing both me and Peter had good jokes this week. Well, they all had good jokes this week. Who am I kidding? That's the whole reason why we do this show, really.
Liberty
for the-
Lighthouse.
I think that's why people tune in. Just
Liberty
because they-
Lighthouse is going big time. He's the go-to interview guy. He's got an interview coming up this Saturday night at 8:00, and then he's got another one right behind it the next week. He's like getting requested by a lot of people to do interviews.
Yeah.
Moving on up.
Well, that's what he does. You know, he's very good at what he does, and I do appreciate it. Oh,
Nope. Don't look at me. Don't. Your turn. Tag,
I
you're it.
answer phones for a living. Okay.
Then you're good at it.
Hello, room 13. How? Oh, hi, Mrs. Oni. How are you? Yes, you're the famed cook chef of the Pat Oni show. I love your recipes. So nice to hear from you again. Yes, I know you're definitely the funny Oni. And also the pretty Oni. Just so you know. What's up? Oh, you have a dad joke? Okay, go ahead. Okay, how do you make a water bed more bouncy? Oh, you use spring water. That's funny. And for a more firm sleeping experience, you use hard water? Oh, man. Okay. Well, it's a good thing I don't have a water bed. That way I don't have to worry about either of those. Anyway, tell Pat that we are looking forward to hearing his show later on today at 4 p.m. So hope to hear from you soon. And please share that super secret recipe with me because I'm dying to make that soon for my family. Yes. Okay. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye. Oh, Mrs. Oni's so sweet. She's
the-
really, really sweet.
She's my favorite Oni.
She's your favorite Oni?
She's my favorite Oni.
Oh, geez.
Are you ready for our new? Man,
Yes.
you even got the music set to it. Man, this is gonna be okay.
Yes.
I
Yes.
guess game's on because you won last week and I got to bring it.
I didn't realize that this was like an actual contest, but here we go.
Everything's competition.
Everything is a competition. For you this time, I have a very short poem, and it reads: So if you are in sight and the day is right, she's a hunter, you are the fox. The gentle voice that talks to you won't talk forever. It is a night for passion, but the morning means goodbye. Beware of what is flashing in her eyes. She's going to get you.
Oh, what is that one? Is that Maneater from Hall & Oates?
No,
Or is that Tiger from Katy Perry?
no.
Damn. Okay, what is it?
It is All That She Wants by Ace of Base.
Oh,
I was sticking to a 90s theme.
okay. Well,
All right. Let's start the theme again to give you your turn. Okay, ready? Here we go.
I don't know if I should do this as William Shatner or just a straight read.
Up to you. It's yours for the taking.
Oh, baby, when you talk like that. You make a woman go mad. So be wise and keep on reading the signs of my body. I know, oops, I'm on tonight. You know my hips don't lie.
Oh,
I'm starting to feel it right. All the attraction, the tension. Don't you see, baby, it's perfection.
that's Hips Don't Lie by Shakira.
I should have done that as William Shatner.
I think that I would have given it away the fact that you said Hips Don't Lie. That's why when I read the Ace of Base song, I picked a specific part of the lyric because anything before or after would have given it away.
See, I wanted to do the one, I missed the lyric I wanted to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And I think as William Shatner would have been funny. I never really knew she could dance like this. She make a man want to speak Spanish. Como se llama? Bonita. Mi casa. Su casa.
My eyes are rolling hard.
You are welcome.
No,
No?
no, really, no.
Room 13 News.
Okay.
Hard-hitting, compelling, trustworthy, honest and caring, with Rocky with an I and the Mojo River Fish.
Welcome to Room 13 News. I am Rocky with an I.
And I am the riverfish.
Our first story from Norway. The Norwegian Prime Minister announced that their naval fleet is now the first in the world to have barcodes on all their ships. In an interview with CNN, she declared that this was done so that when the ships come back to port, they scan the Navy in.
Disaster at the Bronx Zoo today when the snake pit was accidentally filled in. Said the zoo director, it's terrible, terrible news. Now the snakes don't even have a pit to hiss in.
Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. And our final news article, a fight was started downtown by a man wearing a suit made completely of mirrors. The police said that the man apologized after he had time to sit down and reflect.
This just in, after a disappointing summer, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall.
Oh, good for him. He's had some really bad news lately.
This news broadcast brought to you by Sluggy Athletic League. Sluggy Athletic League.
That's right. That's right. Eventually, they'll get there. Eventually.
Sooner or later.
Sooner or later, you do realize they have to carry their house with them all
That's
the
a
time.
snail.
Well, that's true. But don't slugs have shells too? Never mind.
That's
I'm
why we
not a
don't do
professional
science.
newscaster. Exactly. No, we leave that to Off Track. They have their Science Bitches episode, and we don't.
And that's why.
Exactly. Because they have pros. So, let me pull up our first story because honestly, this sounds like something that is probably right up the alley of Derailed Shenanigans Con. This is definitely something that I think you all should try, especially if you're going to be staying in a not necessarily a common area, but if you end up sharing a place where all of you just kind of stay there, that's probably the best thing to do. A student in England decided to spend 5 hours wrapping his neighbor's entire bedroom in 20 rolls of tinfoil after she swiped his mattress for an old one. A DIY handy student got revenge on his neighbor for swapping his comfortable mattress for an old one by decorating her entire room with 360 meters of tinfoil, even wrapping up her very special toy.
I'm interested. You have me intrigued.
Nat Openshaw from Tring, Hertfordshire, jumped at the chance to teach his university pal Katie Hughes a lesson that she shouldn't leave her bedroom door unlocked when she traveled home from Nottingham to visit family in Sandbach, Cheshire last month. The scheming 21-year-old who lives in a flat above spent 20 pounds sterling and more than 5 hours decorating everything from her toilet to the wall in 20 18-meter long rolls of tinfoil. Nat even covered her special toy before leaving it on her foil draped bed, recording the whole process to share his antics on social media. I have to share the link to this so that you see this, because this actually, I don't know if this took him 5 hours, but this looks freaking amazing. So when Katie 21 returned to her digs 5 days later, she was left squealing, "It feels like I'm in a bad dream," as her flatmates filmed her stunned reaction to the room's silvery makeover. Nat turned the clips into 2 TikToks, which have since racked up more than 146,000 views and 15,000 likes. So since clearly you are the TikTok secretary in this organization, it is your job to find that footage. And Nat has been hailed as completely worthwhile in his efforts to prank his flatmate. He justified targeting his fellow Nottingham Trent University student because she's like a magpie who loves shiny things. And as revenge, after she switched his soft foam mattress for another resident's old spring one, which he didn't notice until he went to bed. However, despite seeing the funny side, embarrassed Katie has claimed she's waiting for her pals to plot her revenge for last month's antics. So yeah, he's in this particular article, which I found in the Daily Mail, you can see him actually going and like plastering the tinfoil paper on the walls and everything. So that is very funny. So I think, seeing as how you're likely the proxy, the representative for room 13, I leave it on your very capable hands that you try to do this to someone. Perhaps not their whole room, but perhaps their chair.
One of my daughters. It's easy to do one of my daughters. Well, yeah, at Shenanigans Con.
Derailed Shenanigans Con. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Who could I goof on? There are so many likely candidates.
I'm pretty sure that you're going to figure it out once you're there.
Because there's a lot of, this is the one time where you're going to plan something nefarious and you actually want it to get foiled.
I see what you did there.
Thank you very much.
Foiled,
Thank you very much. I was trying to figure out how to actually place that word verbiage.
All right, your turn, because you have about 4 minutes.
Michigan man builds poop wall after dispute with neighbor, report. Farmer in Lodi Township constructed a 250-foot wall made of cow manure to separate properties. A man has reportedly retaliated against a neighbor with a cow dung in a small Michigan town. Wayne Labarth, the neighbor who claims a 250-foot wall of manure was erected following a property line dispute he had with a fellow farm owner last year, according to Fox 2 Detroit. The unusual divider separates the two properties in Lodi Township, a civil township situated inside Worcestershire County, Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
There's a picture of it. Wow, it looks crappy. Aside from serving as a physical divider, Lambarth and his tenants told Fox 2 the manure wall comes with a powerful stench. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not the physical impediment that keeps people away. It might be the smell.
It's Washtenaw County. I didn't realize that was so difficult
to say.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I'll leave it for another. Okay. All right.
The farmer who built the wall, whose identity has remained anonymous, denied the organic structure as a poop wall.
What?
What is this? Is this like whatchamacallit Elon Musk? It's not a blowtorch. It's not a flamethrower.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a flamethrower.
It's a compost fence, he reportedly told Fox 2.
Mm-hmm.
Composting is the act of adding organic material to soil to help plants grow, which can include food or yard waste, according to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. Manure is not listed as an ideal compostable material under the EPA, but knowledgeable agricultural experts say it's an all right thing to do, including one guide from North Dakota State University. Mm-hmm. Moreover, a compost fence tutorial states that built fences are meant to keep animals out of compost with wiring or other fencing materials, and organic material like manure is not suggested as a viable option. Yes, it is a pretty shitty solution. Representatives of Lodi Township did not comment immediately, responding to Fox News request for comment. Yeah, this is I know good fences make good neighbors, but this one kind of makes
Shitty fences make for news
crappy neighbors.
articles. Yes, that too. I mean, I understand that actual cow manure, yes, can definitely be used to enrich the soil because you can put those nutrients back into the soil, but you have to kind of do it in a controlled environment. Seeing as how I work in retail, and so does my husband. He works at a home improvement store in the garden center, no less. Actually, you can purchase cow manure and use it as part of a fertilizer, especially if you are making it yourself, if you're a DIY kind of person. And compost, yes, it's mostly like, lawn clippings and, potato peels and apple cores and things like that. You can make compost like that, but you have to use specific bags and specific containers in order for you to create that compost pile. So I have a sinking feeling that, this, the matter is a little bit more complicated and he's just being a shitty neighbor.
Based on the picture, it looks like they live out in the middle of nowhere, like country,
Mhm.
based the fact that he has access to cow manure in
Mhm.
that great quantity. But
I'm looking at the picture, and honestly, if they would have told me that it's if I didn't know that it was cow manure, I would have just thought that it's like old like
lawn clippings.
grass clippings or whatever. Like I wouldn't think that it's manure, but then again, I'm not there smelling it. So so I wouldn't know, but I'm pretty sure that the smell alone would have been the dead giveaway. And manure would probably attract other critters that aren't necessarily going to be very helpful if you're growing food or racing cattle or anything like that. But anyway, that's enough of that crap. Here we are at the end of our show. Thank you so much for sticking around with us this Saturday morning. We hope that you have a lovely day. Happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers, as it is Mother's Day tomorrow. Say goodnight, Fish.
Good night, Fish. And happy Mother's Day to all the fathers. Couldn't do without us. It's science.
It's science.
It's science. Believe the
bitches.
science. You cannot
We
be a
believe-
mother unless
A birthing person. Correct yourself, sir.
whatever.
Birthing person. Anyway, it's time to wrap it up because we both have to work in the morning. Okay.
Do we have a new sounder? Where's the sounder?
Where's my sounder? What sounder?
Oh, we talked about this in the production meeting. You don't pay attention to anything that I say.
Oh. You do realize that I work very hard during the week, right? Wait, let me.
The magic that is radio.
Uh,
Our relationship's evolved.
mm,
Now I've gone to the big brother segment of the relationship, and I'm just going to antagonize Rocky and not help her out whatsoever. I could give her a
Yes.
hint. I could tell her exactly what button she's supposed to press or what sounder it is.
I don't know because I don't even know.
Matthew Broderick.
I didn't download that one,
Oh,
but I can find it
for next time.
for next time. Anyway, all right. Want to wrap it up?
Wrap it up.
All right.
We're still recording. You hit the wrong button. Oh my gosh, she's so tired. She hit the wrong button. She made herself disappear. I don't know what happened. Oh, she's back.
Yes.
It's magic.
It's magic. It's the little sliding thing on the new camera that I'm using. All right, folks. Have a great weekend. We got to go because we got to go work. Bye.
Bye.